Today we are spotlighting In the Heat of the Valley. It is Disasters in the Ohio Valley by Robert D. Newell. It is a relatively new book for us, and it's a new book for everyone else. It was only published in 2024, so it's just a couple years old. Robert Newell used to be a chief of police in this area. I believe Parkersburg is where he's originally from. And he actually had his own disaster that affected his family, and he talks about it in the preface of the book. Fires became a defining moment early in my life. In 1959, our family became a victim of the economic loss due to a major fire. Shortly after World War II, my father and Uncle Joe opened a Gulf oil service station in a small triangular parcel of land at 36th Street and Emerson Avenue. At the time, Emerson Avenue had one of the largest traffic counts in the city. Even though there were service stations on nearly every corner, my father and uncle were successful enough to later build a large two-story garage a few blocks away on the corner of 40th Street and Emerson Avenue. The new building was constructed in 1955 and included a separate office building and a retail center with Gulf oil products. A second-floor apartment with 3 bedrooms and a separate dining room was built over the main garage. The business specialized in front-end alignments and brake services. Soon after opening, a new 3-bay garage was added to accommodate a second front-end alignment pit and tire service due to the volume of business from the car dealerships as well as the general public. But in September of 1959, an explosion caused a major fire to sweep through the main garage, destroying several new cars and heavily damaging the underinsured business. Bill Leitner was an expert in the field of front-end alignments and respected by dealerships and garages across the city, but few independent garages had the machinery or capability of providing this service. Bill was in the pit underneath of a car doing a routine alignment when an explosion and the fire occurred. It was later determined that the gasoline fumes from the vehicle were ignited by a trouble light which had been hanging on the underside of the vehicle, causing the explosion which ignited a fire. Leitner was barely able to escape by crawling out of the pit and climbing out of the window opening that had been created by the explosion. He was badly burned but survived. My father was running errands and picking up needed car parts at the motor car supply located in the area of town commonly referred to as Motor City. A radio playing on the store when the news bulletin broke in to say that there was a major fire at Newell's Golf Station and to avoid the area. That was his first notice of the fire. And it goes on to talk about how this fire affected the whole family, his father's business, for a very long time. And I will say one thing, I've already looked through some of this book. It has a lot of photos, which I love when we have local history books, when you get to actually see some of the old historical photos and information. And I said, this is an excellent book. It is right now currently only in our genealogy department, and it is In the Heat of the Valley by Robert D. Newell. And I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time.